Elisia set down the teacup with a sharp click, and opened her mouth. You, Nerys' gaze met the crown princess' gaze, and she smiled triumphantly. She looked around the room with a relaxed air, as if the place belonged to her. Then she turned to Elisia with a charming smile. I am Nerys Roshanak, Your Highness the Second Crown Princess. May the sunshine be upon you. Nerys paid tribute to the ideal of literature. Elisia grabbed the back of the chair as she received the bow. How did you end up accompanying Caleb and Baron Ambrose, Lady Roshanak? Aleisha asked quietly. Nerys sat quietly next to Caleb, bearing a solemn expression. Caleb responded in his usual calm tone, after observing Elisia's expressions. I was in Nerys when the invitation arrived. I received one from House Roshanak. So you came with her to Caleb's? Yes. Also, Lady Roshanak wanted to personally extend her congratulations to Your Highness and His Highness the Second Prince. She could have done it at the prom. Aleisha's gaze turned cold as she responded. She needed to know if Caleb had done this out of ignorance, or if he had an ulterior motive. If there was a motive, it must have been to push Nerys toward Franz. In her previous life, it had been the first prince who introduced her to Franz. But this time, Franz had flatly rejected her. It was likely that the first prince and the Cornet family were desperately trying to use Nerys as a replacement for Aleisha in front of Franz. Has Caleb been used? Or did he collude with them? Neither possibility satisfied her. Caleb was her older brother. And the person she knew wasn't ambitious or power-hungry. But was that really all there was to it? She recalled Franz's warning when they discussed overthrowing Crichton. Don't trust anyone. Not with your family, not even with me. Just trust yourself. Aleisha bit the inside of her cheek as she looked at Caleb. She could not ignore Franz's advice. People had many faces. Blind trust was a form of foolishness. Hadn't she just learned this lesson? Crichton, who always seemed nice, had been the one who killed her in the end. Perhaps Caleb also had hidden desires. Elisia lowered her gaze, and a gentle smile appeared on her face, hiding her feelings. Nice to meet you, Lady Roshanak. Yes, Your Highness. The honor is mine. Nerys replied calmly, raising her teacup. Her arrogance was evident, making Elisia raise the corners of her lips. Was there a special reason why you insisted on greeting me in person? I don't see much difference between this visit and greetings at a party. Her words were warm, yet charged. Aleisha looked at Nerys coldly as she sipped her tea. Nerys slowly put down her cup, and replied calmly, I apologize if I made you uncomfortable. I am naturally shy, and I have not fully recovered after the last treatment. Oh, really? Like this, then? Aleisha showed sincere concern. If your health is that weak, you should have stayed longer in Nerys, where the air is cleaner. The first prince's birthday party is held every year, you know. Ah, Your Highness, this, Caleb, I'm talking to the lady now. Elisia interrupted gently. If Caleb had only gone with Nerys out of kindness, she would have overlooked it. But if there was a hidden plan, she would not be complacent. Your Highness, Lady Roshanak seems to know Prince Franz already. She came early to offer her wedding congratulations. Aleisha pressed her lips together into a thin line. Unfortunately, it appeared that Caleb had betrayed her. What could she say now? Her mind was empty of ideas. Caleb thought her silence was a shock, so he laughed cheerfully and said, Ha ha ha. I surprised you, didn't I? I was surprised too. What a strange coincidence, isn't it? A strange coincidence. Where is His Highness Prince Franz? I would like to greet him while I am here. When Aleisha heard Nerys ask frankly about Franz, her lips curled. Are you really asking me to summon the second prince now? She pushed the confusion out of her head and spoke firmly. I am disappointed. Excuse me? Even among ordinary nobles, a visit without an appointment is considered extremely rude, especially on a first meeting. It is disappointing for a count's daughter to ignore such simple politeness. Nerys' smile faded at Aleisha's words. Elisia kept staring at her sharply. Even if you have met my husband before, this is the first meeting between you and me. And yet you barge into my place and ask about him? How should I understand that? I just came to congratulate you on your marriage, Your Highness, really? Aleisha raised an eyebrow at Nerys' fake justification. In that case, I will gladly accept your gift. She tenderly extended her hand, expecting a gift. Confusion crossed Nerys' face. Your Highness, in fact, yes? Elisia stared at her sharply, her features twisted in disgust. Don't say you came empty-handed to bless a royal wedding? Do you know who you're talking to? This, Nerys looked at Caleb hopefully. Aleisha raised her chin and said, I am the second crown princess of the Loran Empire. And yet you only came to offer words? Well, the intent of the Roshanak house has been noticed. Elisia finished speaking, and stood up. As soon as she was about to leave, Caleb rushed to stop her. Liz. Aleisha turned around slowly. Her cold gaze made Caleb shiver as he bowed deeply. Her Highness the second crown princess, please forgive us for my sake. It was my mistake. I invited Lady Roshanak with me without thinking. I understand. Elisia smiled as if nothing had happened. She gently pulled her sleeve from his hand and said softly, I'll let it go this time, for Baron Ambrose's sake. But if something like that happens again, I might disappoint the Baron himself. Your Highness, Caleb's face paled at the sharpness of her words. Aleisha smiled a sweet smile as she looked at the confused two. So, see you at the party. With a brief farewell, she turned and left with confident steps toward the door. As soon as the door closed behind her with a heavy thud, they remained standing, exchanging astonished looks. What the hell happened? I thought the second crown princess was a naive fool. Nerys shouted at Caleb, who was still standing, pressing his hand to his forehead. Ever since they had actually been expelled from the palace, on their way to the Roshanak family home, the same astonished expression remained on his face. Caleb muttered softly, as if he no longer knew where he was. Indeed, something is wrong. Something serious, is that all you're going to say? Nerys stomped the ground in anger, unable to contain her anger. Screaming and making a mess didn't befit a spoiled daughter of a noble family like her, but she didn't care. As for Caleb, he was not affected by her tantrum. After spending the past days as a guest of the Roshanak family, he knew full well that Nerys was foolish. But what really shocked him was not Nerys, but Aleisha's behavior. Baron Ambrose? Did you just call me that? Caleb opened his mouth slightly, not believing what he saw. Aleisha never called him that. Only around Patricia did she deliberately use the nickname. Other times, she always called him Caleb and treated him affectionately. So what had changed? Even when he had arrived at the palace for the first time and greeted her, she had called him Caleb. She had given him gloves to win his favor. Until that moment, she had been the caring little sister he knew. Until Nerys appeared. Because of her, we didn't even meet the second prince, and we were expelled. Now what? Calm down, lady. Caleb pressed his temples, trying to calm Nerys down. Normally, he would have broken her down with just one word. But now was not the time for that. He was very sorry. If it were Liz, she would have shut up at just one word I said. Caleb gave Nerys a heated look.